So, the first thing that's introduced in this chapter is Pharaoh, Phara, Tuli, Latus, which is a very irregular verb. The most challenging, or like the part to keep straight, is it loses vowels a lot. So if you're doing present active, you'd go Pharaoh, Phairs, Phairt, Phairemus, Phairetus, Phairunt. And that's just, it's bear, carry, or endure. So Pharaoh, I carry, Phairs, you carry, Phairt, he, she, it carries. Okay, that's present of it. She gives you all the tenses here, and it would be worth looking at the tenses. I'm on 313. So 313, middle. There's ferry bomb, that's going to be regular. Ferry bomb, ferry boss, ferry bot. Pharom, that's going to be regular, like what conjugation? Third, ready, go. Pharom, Pharace, Phairet, Phairemus, Phairetus, Phairunt. Perfect goes to this odd principal part, Tuli. Pharaoh, Phara, Tuli, Latus, and you just build on Tuli. So if you want to do perfect tense, it's just Tuli and then Tulisti and Tulit and so forth. Or if you want to do pluperfect, it's Tuleram. Or if you want to do future perfect, it's Tulero. Yep. So Tuli I carried, Tuleram I had carried, and Tulero I will have carried. Okay. The next thing to be aware of is that the infinitive is down one E. It's not ferere, it's just fere. So this is to carry. Same thing happens if you make it passive. It's ferry, to be carried. And then when you go to not infinitives. Imperatives. When you go to imperatives, do you remember the rhyme I taught you earlier in the year? Here goes the rhyme. Duke, dig, fok, fair. Should have an E, but the E ain't there. So here's fair. Fair is you, carry.
I love the jingles.
And Ferte, what's Ferte, Joey?
Ferte, y'all carry.
Y'all carry. Uh-huh. So there's a lot of losing vowels in this verb. Does anybody have concerns about Pharaoh? The other thing to be aware of is the fourth principal part, Latus, is just having been carried, and you say, I don't see how that makes any connection to English. You were telling me earlier about all this stuff. What do you do between English and Latin? Or between English and French? You translatus. You translatus. It's having been carried across. Isn't that cool? Alright. I need to keep moving. I'm sorry. Next one. The big thing to learn in this chapter is ablative and genitive of description. And so I'll clear some space on my whiteboard. And we'll see if we can provide you with an ablative and genitive of description. These are not difficult to understand. There's just a couple of details to them. Okay. Let's say that Evan and Sam were out on a choir tour.
That's a very convenient example.
And they met a waitress of great beauty.
Oh,
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. What was her name again?
Elise.
Oh,
Elise.
Goodness.
Okay.
Oh, there's an actual waitress.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you guys would not stop talking
Okay.
about her.
I mean,
Oh.
she was like the moon.
Oh.
Shall I compare
So she was a
thee to
crescent?
summer
Did she make? I cannot believe that. That's insane.
Okay.
Ella, the Whippers
So-
both like her.
So, since we don't have a Latin word for waitress, we're just going to change it
Servant.
to we're just gonna change her to a.
Slave girl.
There we go, a slave girl of great beauty. All right. So what you do?
So dark. It's so
That's fire.
Okay. In order to use an ablative or genitive of description, you have to have an adjective on the thing. So if she's a woman of beauty, you can't do this. But if she's a woman of great beauty, you can do this. If there's an adjective describing the descriptor, honestly. Okay, so here we're going to have a slave girl of great beauty. So we need the Latin word for beauty. Emma. Pulchritudo, pulchritudinous, feminine. So all we're going to do here is we're going to do an ablative of description. Ancilla magna. Can I get a correct form from not Emma?
Pulchritudine.
Right. Thanks, Joe. A slave girl of great beauty. Or maybe you have a leader of great honor or something like that. And so for that you could do imperator.
Where's the genitive?
I'm getting there. Magna Honoris. So I did ablatives for both of these. It would be acceptable to do the description in genitive case too, except they tend to use genitive more for completely permanent things, like a wall of 6 feet,
well.
or
Oh, non-abstract.
right.
Okay.
Things that aren't gonna change, because like someone's beauty that could change, or his honor that could change, but the wall's probably gonna be 6 feet for a long time.
Okay.
You know, unless it gets
So
attacked.
use a genitive when it doesn't change.
So genitive is more for the permanent. Yeah. Genitive for the most part is used to express measure, number, and permanent, never temporary qualities. So genitive of description is for permanent and kind of measurement stuff. And the ablative of description is for what? Temporary or maybe external qualities. Sometimes they use the ablative for permanent qualities, but more likely for the temporary qualities. So temporary, less likely for permanent. So,
And then for the genitive, how would you do one?
you want to see one of those?
Yeah.
Okay. Arbor. That's probably too complicated.
Of small height.
There we go. That didn't work for height.
Of small, tall.
A small.
Oh yeah.
Well, I wanted to do it. Here's what I was trying to do.
Since day one.
I was trying to do a measurement. I was trying to do a tree. I was going to do a tree of 30 feet. And then I thought, oh
Just do
shoot.
4 feet. You don't have to change
There we go.
4 feet.
I'll take it.
You don't have to count.
A tree of 4 feet.
Decline.
It's your dorm room Christmas tree. A tree of 4 feet.
Right.
All right.
My bedroom.
Oh, hi, cat.
That sucker's not 4 feet, is it?
It's probably
Arvor quatuor pedum. Or you could have something like this. Here's a more realistic one. Exercitus trium legionum. An army of 3 legions. So
That
there
will change.
you're
Yeah,
measuring. What?
That
What?
can change though, can't it? Like.
If people die.
But it's more like.
But it's
a
about
network
measurement.
thing.
right? If it's a genitive, it's either permanent or measuring things, and we're measuring things here. And notice you've got an adjective every time. 3 legions, 4 feet, great honor, great beauty. So it's all about that. Okay?
So how do you know if you want to put it into adjective or, like you put them in versus the permanent or the temporary, but
Mhm.
what makes this different than what we've already been doing? Like,
Um,
how would you know to do this with the state?
Oh, if it's
Description and stuff?
it's just teaching you a new way to work.
Oh,
So if you had come across a sentence, 100 pages ago, that said a general of great ability or something, you probably would have put it into genitive just naturally. You just wouldn't have known that there was this thing called a genitive of
so
description.
it's just giving a name to it versus.
It's giving a name to things you already know how to do, and a little more detail about how to do them. The other thing you should probably do with me before we adjourn is you should look on 315 and chant through Theo forms. Okay, all I'm going to write about Theo is Faccio doesn't have its own passive. So Faccio is make or do, correct? Make or do. Theo is the I become or I am made. So Theo has Theo, Fieri, Factus, so. And it's a little, I don't know, it's not really deponent, it's not really normal, it's just kind of irregular. And it's missing forms in the present. So you'd have Theo, I become, blank, fit, he, she, it becomes, blank, blank, fiunt, they become. And what's what?
That's nice.
Yeah.
Those are the ones we usually use anyways.
Yeah, Theo, fit, fiunt, that's all that exists. They become or they are made. Imperfect, do a couple forms of that with me. Ready, go. Fie bom, fie bas, okay. Future, ready, go. Fiam, fies, fiat, fiemus, fietus, fiant. So I will become, you will become. And then the perfect system goes straight to the fourth principal part. If you think about Faccio, facere, faci, factus. So these are just the fourth principal part of Faccio, and you'll have to read about the rest because I'm not going to keep you over time. Okay,
So
there you go.
It says indicative
Sorry.
passive above. Does that mean it doesn't have an indicative active for like imperfect?
Are you reading the top line of the page, or where are you?
No, the right above the Theo stuff it says in
Kinda
like bold
Mom.
indicative well not bold but in like weird caps indicative
Okay, let me
passive.
come over
Yeah,
by you.
thank you.
Does that mean that there's no indicative active
Oh, yeah.
imperfect
Right.
or future?
Well, it's this verb is the passive of Faccio.
Oh my.
I totally understand.
You English good.
Use all the active.
Well, I noticed
Okay.
there were two of
Faccio is the
them,
active
so.
one, Theo is the passive
Pharaoh,
Ella.
this one
Ella,
has
Ella.
active and passive.
Yeah.
No, I was
one. Passive on that.
It's a red button.
Red button.